On that, you want to catch me? I don't know about that. All right, put it this way: I'll tell you, and if you want to set up, I'll sit down with you if you want to build.
Yeah, I definitely, because I was doing something. I was doing something in homage to him. You know what I'm saying?
I would sit down with you, but let me give you this off the record, so to speak, right?
Okay.
There's two people that he taught that was in Medina, but one wasn't from Medina. All right, the firstborn that he taught was Shabi, who changed his name to Allah Relativity.
Okay.
Relativity is from Oasis or the desert.
Okay.
So that's what make him not from Medina. I was taught by him from Medina.
Yeah. But I've been in this bill, so I'm still listening.
No
I
problem.
just had a customer. Peace to the gods.
Peace.
Peace.
So I'm taught from him directly. There's nobody come after me. There was a few he had on the roster. They didn't make it. So that made me the first and the last.
From Medina.
KingAsiatic.
In Medina. Because he's originally from Medina.
Of course.
Right.
Of course.
Right. But he was a little mass and did what he said.
Science to that, I'll kick to you off that too.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? But what I'm saying off him, not who taught him, who he came, who influenced. No.
Him directly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I met KingAsiatic July 25th, 1997. God, he was working at BMCC. I don't know if a lot of people.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so while he was working at BMCC, there was a park downstairs, GOD, right? You take the stairs down, and I worked in the park as a groundskeeper. When KingAsiatic met me, I had karate shoes on. I'm gonna tell you all this again. God, you trust me? Just wanted to show and prove.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I had karate shoes on, God. I was building with 6 white boys. At the end of the gate, I could even show you that. You know what I mean? Real history. At the end of the gate, he heard it. What he was doing was he was administering the credit card thing. You know what I mean? Now we're talking about 1997.
Okay.
All right then. So boom, as he heard me building on mathematics, he said, "Pigs." I said, "Pigs." He said, "True." Who you? I said, "True born Allah." He said, "I'm KingAsiatic Allah." I said, "KingAsiatic."
So you had True Born before you met him. You had that name.
Yeah. I had that name. So God, I got introduced to the knowledge in October of '91. God. I was 16.
Okay. In '91.
In '91.
Okay. So he took you to all the way from knowledge.
Right. When he got to me, he made me learn everything, because I did know 120 lessons, but I didn't know what it was. I didn't even know who the father was. I didn't know
wow.
All I had was I went through the fast. They asked me what it was. There was a sister by the name of Empress, Queen Empress. She saw me on the stairs. I'll never forget this. I was on the D level, between the D and the E level. I was in Job Corps on Neon in New York. You know what I'm saying? And I was sitting there reading Assassination of Malcolm X, and she saw I was reading the book. So she said, "Peace," and I said, "Peace." And she said, "You God?" I said, "No, I ain't God. Allah is God." She said, "Allah is God." I said, "How you know Allah is God?" I said, "Well, that's what Malcolm said. That's what Elijah said." She said, "Ever heard of 5% Nation?" I was like, "Nah." I was like, "Who's that?" You know what I'm saying? And from there, she said, "Come to a meeting." I mean, that's the next following day. This was now, mind you, this was October, and then now we're going into like November of '91, going into that Thanksgiving era, you know what I'm saying? So I went up there, you know what I mean? And there was a brother by the name of Knowledge Divine. He's a light-skinned brother, you know what I mean? Dreads in his hair. Boom. Socked me down. There was a brother by the name of Scientific. There was another brother by the name of Messiah Allah. And there was another brother. I can't think of his name right now, but as you know, he was building and basically enlightening me on who the 5% Nation was. You know what I'm saying? I started to get more attracted to it, and started getting more. So I was like, "That True Born to me." So I was getting more attracted to it. So he was like, "Let me ask you a question." I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Give me 3 reasons why you want to join this knowledge, because this knowledge everywhere. You don't need it, but why you want to be a 5%?" So I had to think hard. You know what I'm saying? And there's a council. I didn't know none of this. I was like, wow. You know what I mean? Fascinated. Because we hear the whole poor righteous teacher era.
Right.
When you run into a true and living God, or when they take you to Psalms 82, right? Like God judge wisely amongst the congregation of gods, right? That means that's the cipher. I don't know who I am. I'm reading Malcolm X. I done read autobiography of Elijah Muhammad.
Yeah, that's a start.
Autobiography of Farrakhan. So Islam was always in my brain because I never agreed with the Christianity thing with my mom. That's how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? So not to knock you off course, but I gave them the 3 reasons. They wind up giving me the name. The name was Trueborn. And I could break that name down. I've never changed my name, bro. Never.
Okay, well, then you met the God later on.
Oh!
That's peace, God. I'm freedom to build too, God.
Okay, God. Yeah,
so you got that freedom to build, God.
That's right, because I sure don't want to be destroyed. You feel me? So once he gave it to me, I held fast to it like God, this was like something I achieved.
And this is the first brother that sparked you.
The first brother.
Okay.
So I held my name with grace. He said, you got to fast though for 3 days.
Yeah.
So I said, yeah? He said, yeah, we don't eat pork, we don't eat shellfish. He started giving it to me.
Cleaning you up.
Yeah. So I said, okay. He said, you said okay. And so he asked that brother knowledge. I was talking about quote 11th degree. God did quote it, you know what I mean? Have you heard that your word shall be wrong? Yes, my word is bond. Bond is life.
And I will give my life before my word shall fail,
He said, God. And I adhere to it. It took me through the 3 days. Woo! Mind you, my body never went through this. I didn't at that time I didn't smoke, don't drink nothing. I was lift weight, right. All that pork and everything I ate, man. I was coming from the soul food era. You know what I'm saying?
For real. Sylvia's and all of that.
So the first day, God, couldn't eat. God, I got sick. I started sweating. He was like, oh, brother, I don't want you to pass out. You know what he did? He went, he got a head of lettuce, cut the lettuce, he wet it, he gave me 2 leaves. Everything I love.
He gave you life, God.
Thank you, God. Everything I love. Gave me 2 leaves. And I didn't understand the science of the lettuce with a little bit of water. I didn't understand none of that. But when he gave me the 2 leaves, it kind of revived me because God, I was sick, and he understood why I was sick because all that poison was coming up out. Yeah, all that poison was coming up out of my system.
Right,
so
the first day, the impurities, God.
So the first day, so that day, you know what I'm saying? They said you go through something like a euphoria. You know what I'm saying? I was lightheaded, God. Yeah. Word is bond. So when the day went down, you know what I'm saying? He said I could eat. He fed me. Then he started. The God's name was scientific. It was a knowledge seed. You know what I mean? And he started breaking it down while my body was going through them changes. He started breaking
steps.
And from there, the second day it became a little bit easier, but it was still a little pain. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I made it through the 3rd day. Made it through. God, I was the clearest of the clear. I couldn't even believe it. So like I said at the time, I wasn't
went from knowledge to the understanding.
Oh, that was so crazy. So I was able to like retain knowledge just like a computer, you know what I mean? So I learned my name. Good, but that's where I fell off, you know what I'm saying? I started dealing with another like woman, Caucasian woman, you know what I mean? So that's when he told me too, listen, there's 3 things the law says we don't deal with. No pork. We don't deal with no crime. We don't deal with no white women. You know what I'm saying?
You went against that. You had to experiment with yourself.
So, and then,
yeah, she wants the money.
Mind you, I don't know no 120, no nothing.
All right. We over here,
I don't know no 120, no nothing. You feel me? None of that. So I don't know nothing about the science of the 28th degree and 140 dealing with these rules, regulations, including no laws for while manufacturing the devil. Oh, listen, way over my head, brother. I don't know nothing about that. You feel me? I'm talking about in the early stages of when I got it. So when I came home, you know what I'm saying? I started going through all my craziness, you know what I mean? What led me back though, you know what I'm saying? Again, as far as going back to King Asiatic, just give you a little bit of brief of my history. When he found out that I do this, he started asking me questions, God, I couldn't even answer. You know what I'm saying? He took me through the 136. That's the first thing he did. Now mind you, I'm behind the cage and he's on the other side, the MCC. You know what I'm saying? He said, peace, God. He said, quote the 136. So I did. You know what I'm saying? Name W.F. Muhammad. Came to the wilderness, North America by myself. Uncle, brought over by the trader 378, right? He said, peace, God. Who the uncle? I said, who the uncle? He said, yeah, God, who the uncle in that lesson, God? I said, couldn't answer him, God. I don't know the history of 120. So I couldn't answer him, God. I said, I don't know, God. He said, well, let me ask you another question. This is his word. He said, what is an uncle? So now I'm starting to learn who, what, right? All this crazy. I said, oh, this kid got to be the God. I was hyped. I was hyped, God. I was hyped. That was real right there. I tell you that. I tell you that. I got to be God. Mine. So I was like,
what that knowledge do, that light. It was like that light, that truth. That truth, that magnetic. So deep. It was that magnetic right there, that power, that truth.
So I told him, I was like, the uncle is the father or mother's brother. Right. He said, all right, I'm going to take the first choice. I said, the father's brother. He said, who's the father? I started to think. He said, God, you know where these lessons come from? I was like, nah, God. So let me ask you a question, God. You know who W.F. Muhammad is? I was like, nah, God. You know who Elijah Muhammad is? Yeah, I know who Elijah Muhammad is. Start telling them. And then I started telling them, yeah, he said that Master Fuad Muhammad was Allah in person and blah, 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 blah. He said, you know what? You got time? I said, yeah. You know what I mean? I get off such. He said, man, I want you to walk with me. And God, from there, it was on. I had a little shed in my BMCC when you come down the stairs, I had this shit. Yo, he took me in that office and God, he set me straight. I had to relearn 120.
Wow.
Relearn it, but this time I was getting history. I was getting who the father was, who our uncle was, Justice, you know what I'm saying? I was getting it, who the first 9 born was, the 15 came out of Medina, this, that, and I was dropping it.
The history.
Yeah, the whole, but I didn't have no flag. So I had to earn mine. You know what I mean? I got my flag in December of that same year. It was in the wintertime.
97?
Yeah, because he was living in Astoria.
Okay, peace,
God.
And
I told the God I was ready. And I came up there, peace. And man, listen. Peace, almighty. And he told me, you know, if you feel like you're ready, come on now. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, I took the train. You know, I remember that? I took the A train. Got there. I said, I'm ready.
Right.
He said, okay, God.
He's first and only student in Medina.
Actually.
So you know, but you know, ST Knack and them all of them. Now
those are the babies.
Now those are babies.
Yeah, those are the babies.
So King Asiatic
is his educator.
Is the one that was.
He was like, yo, he got to be the guy. He's like,
that's King Asiatic.
The God, King Asiatic.
Yeah, God,
that's our cousins. That's a part of our
he got it from Born Everlasting and Born Everlasting.
That's
indeed, man.
Daddy.
Yeah. The
boys.
That's the boys.
You know, Tahim and let's do it, you know. Of course, mathematics. Yeah, of course, that's the Born Ev older brother.
Yeah. You know what, God? I got this. This was a beautiful bill, God. I'll probably say this for his degree day because I pay homage to him on his degree day in November, God.
I got you.
Please, God. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you, adding on with me.
God, I appreciate you.
God. Yo, peace, God. My name is Allah Infinite, God.
That's peace.
Yeah. You know, Infinite is you know.
Peace, buddy, God.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that.
He
said, he got to be the God. He got to be the God. That was so real right there.
So real.
That shit went right through your body. You felt it again just now when you said that. It brought you back. How real it was.
So real till he didn't even let me go through the whole 120.
Right.
He knew I had the soul fire. Yeah. I got his firstborn daughter's flag from my flag, Shayna. That's my baby. Feel me? Real like that. I was around them when Shayna was walking and Star Asia was in the stroller and I was pushing it, baby. Real like that. See, it's imperative that we talk about in what year, right?
What year was that?
Okay, then. Let's just deal with the year 1, right? Which was the beginning of the history of the origin of when you got it, when you sparked it, how it sparked you, how you was adding on, going through trials and tribulations, you feel me? Let's not get caught up in the world of under like a track, talking that under like a mathematics, you feel me? Because that's what it is. Ours is supreme. You feel me? That's what I was trying to tell this brother. Supreme mathematics and supreme alphabets is our mindset, and that alphabet is our communication for the simple fact it shows it prove our mind over the matter, which means that that's a medium which we control. Because when we start speaking, we speak the highest of the high. That's what makes it supreme. Mathematics is only used.
Allah is one. Allah mind is one, God.
There's no way.
See,
mathematics, God, is only used for arithmetic, and what they call arithmetic because that deals with the science of the matter you was talking about, i.e. building concrete, goddamn buildings and shit. You feel me? That's mathematics. We talking about supreme mathematics. So then that builds your character, my man, beyond of a shadow of a doubt. And the way for you to build a character is to keep the mathematics that's supreme in your head. So when you speak, this is how you're able to speak wisely with there's no flaws, and which we call ignorance, or what we call idle talk or double talk. You feel what I'm saying? We talking with affirmative, and we talking through authority for the simple fact we telling you the truth and the absolute truth, nothing but the truth. And why it's so hard? Because it's painful, because people don't take it serious. You looking at us like we up here talking fancy words, but we live life like you. We go to work like you. Got family support like you. But what we got over you is the mindset to control every fucking condition, situation, and circumstances that we get into. That's the science. You see? So this is what gives the substance to the life, because born means to have life and the substance. You just can't have the life. You gotta have the substance, which brings the purpose. What drives you? Feel me? Where's my equality? Because my equality or my characteristics, my personality gotta be seen and heard. How would you know what's on my mind if I don't say nothing or do something? Feel me? Point blank period.
You must do your own research, as I did.
If Mecca did this.